I know many of you guys are curious about where I use the bathroom. No one is allowed to go number 2 inside the van. That is I'm just thinking about
Yeah, that's right. I started off my video with a poop joke. What of it? Hiya, buddy.
Hey, pal.
How's it going? I'm so sorry that I asked. But while we're on the topic, you ever been so just done with living your life how you do now? Just so fed up with it and done with it that you want to just drop everything? I don't know, go become homeless. Just wander the world, become a vagrant, and just maybe ride a couple train cars. You never know. Who knows? Just have fun with it. Well, that's kind of what this girl did. Just drop off the radar. Become homeless, live in your vehicle, and then become famous. Her fame, though, is it legit? There's some serious theories going around about this young woman and her channel.
Let's get into the van.
No, we don't do those kind of theories here. Put the book down. Put the book down, kid, now. That's better. We don't do those kind of theories here. What kind of channel you think this is? It's just theories about her channel and its growth. My word. All y'all angry white boys need to learn to cool it.
Angry white boys are scary as sh. Look at all the mass shootings in this country. Look how we just had 2, right? It's angry white boys.
Some people are raising some serious questions about how she could have amassed over 1 million subscribers in just a month with only 2 uploads. Now, personally, I don't know if I buy the conspiracy angle. It seems like a lot of work for a lot of people to do to pull this kind of thing off, keep it under wraps, and not really any reward to be had from it. But the most common theory I've seen is that Philip Defranco is somehow behind all this, somehow influencing all of this from behind the scenes. There hasn't been much evidence at all, but there's a lot of people that think that YouTube or someone working with YouTube is inflating her numbers somehow. I honestly really doubt it. I don't know why anyone would want to fake her numbers anyway. I mean, it's pretty well documented that if you fake your numbers and you pay for a bunch of bots and all that stuff, usually you die off because the channel growth wasn't real, it was all fake. Not to mention, imagine how much it would cost you to pay for 1 million subscribers on your channel, especially in a back channel way that would prevent you from actually getting caught. I will say, however, that there are a few things going on that do kind of point to something a little odd, like her channel growth pretty much completely dropping off after the second upload. So it looks like she either hit really hard, lucky, and fast on that first upload, or that first upload wasn't so legit. Trust me, there's plenty of facts that we can talk about with this video as well. Like solo female. We'll get into that later. The channel name is Jennelle Eliana, and she claims this is her channel's first video. However, she doesn't claim it's her first YouTube video, just this channel's first video. Van tour, solo female, traveler lives van life with pet snake. You're telling me you don't see a whole lot of killer word combos in there? It's just a young woman talking about being homeless and how much she loves it. See how much more interesting it sounds when you say it like that? Like I said, over 1 million subs in a month, and I'll be honest, I'm actually not surprised after watching the videos. Wait, hold on. I'm not saying this is top tier content, not in any way, shape, or form. Look, I'm gonna explain. With more and more people being concerned about being eco-friendly and the rising cost of living, people have been cutting expenses wherever they can. The tiny house thing has become huge in the last few years, with the idea being the main concept behind multiple TV shows. Whether you're a minimalist, you're extremely cheap, or maybe you just have restless yard syndrome. Many people each year consider moving into a tiny house for many of those reasons. Many people will build a shed or a trailer or convert a car into a living space. If it was me personally, I would convert a tractor trailer. I mean, it's worse for the environment and it's more expensive, but realistically, you'd have so much more room for activities. I mean, you could throw a party.
Well, for you to throw a party, you'd have to have friends, or at least be able to make some friends.
Okay, that's it. You're officially uninvited to the party.
Yeah, about that. You're living in your car. What are you talking about?
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name's Jake, and welcome to my crib. Now, a lot of people have asked me why I would make such a radical change in my life. It's very different than I was living my life before. But first of all, it's much more eco-friendly, so it's better for the environment, and it also is better for my wallet. It saves a lot of green all around. Now, people obviously wonder how, living out of my 2004 Buick, I managed to do things like everybody else does, and that's just it. I do them like everybody else does, just a little bit different. I cook like everybody else, but I use an exhaust pipe instead of an oven. And when food is cold, I use the air conditioner. It only blows hot air, so it works pretty well if I don't say so myself. Plus, no radiation from a microwave for me. Now, I do work nights, so I have to cover the windows in duct tape and cardboard to sleep during the day. Thankfully, my little buddy keeps me comfy with a spooning session when I'm feeling lonely. I had a dog, but he died in a tragic heat wave accident. I will always remember Hefty. Hefty was his name because he used to dig through neighbors' trash bags. Probably the most common question I get though is where do I get water? And it's not a complicated answer whatsoever. The human body produces plenty of water. So I do my laundry and I wash up with some good old recycled water once a week or so, give or take. You gotta do it sometimes, you know? You just gotta get cleaned up. I mean, you gotta do it at some point. It's just necessary. Obviously I don't have a dryer, so most of the time I just let the clothes dry on the car. Thanks, Tom. They weren't supposed to see that. Look, I was inspired, all right? For a long time now, I've really needed to make some changes. And that's important when you're living in a tiny house. You have to learn to adapt. If you can learn to adapt to the lack of space, you could probably even save a lot of money and even time living this way, at least depending on how and where you're living. Now, Jennelle has made a lot of smart moves, but in her case, she's living in a van with no bathroom. She has to use these pink water bottles to make Womanade in, if you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about Vaginade. Piss! You go pee-pee in bottle!
An emergency pee bottle and an emergency pee bottle.
Jennelle says there are plenty of public bathrooms around the city, so she doesn't really have to have a bathroom. These bottles are all she really needs for a quick whiz in a rare emergency. However, I gotta think diarrhea must be a nightmare scenario. And for number 2s, I have poo Tupperware. Given that her van is pretty much a light version of an RV, she can go pretty much wherever she wants, whenever she wants, with little to stop her. However, it can make her more difficult to locate in some ways, but in others, her father fears it can make her easier to find. As a matter of fact, her parents received a visit from someone looking for their daughter at their home recently, which only makes it more concerning that her van may be too recognizable and may make her easy to locate with such a large audience. Now, another thing she's got going for her is 90s nostalgia. Between the lack of technology, the very 90s van, and even her own style is somewhat retro. I mean, look, I know it's not a lot, but with aesthetic and nostalgia, you really don't need much to draw people in. Now we come to a major element in the video making process, and probably the most confusing part. The editing and structure of this video feels like something you would see from Liza Koshy or one of those other comedic vlogger types that are really large. To put it in a word, as a creator, she seems basic. However, the sense of humor and how it's played on with the sound effects, pauses, titles, and slides gives a similar and familiar vibe to larger vlog-related content creators. I will say, though, that her channel was opened in early 2018, so I think it's very likely she consumes a lot of YouTube content and is making videos based on what she's watched. Speculation about how legitimate her growth is aside, she definitely knows the platform. For somebody that supposedly just started making content, she's either a natural at editing and timing, or she paid to have somebody else make the video. Now, the point of this video isn't necessarily to speculate as to where I think the truth lies, because it doesn't really matter much. While that style of content isn't exactly what I'm into, I mean, you can't deny there's an audience for this editing and humor style. I mean, it's one of the reasons that there's so many of these top creators are doing as well as they are. Or at least those top creators who kind of set that low standard, and now that's what people expect from them. I mean, a little rough and a little unpolished, but I could very much see Liza Koshy doing the same type of video if she was doing the same thing. And there's a lot of vlog style content creators, especially female content creators, that make content that feels very much like this. And if this is the kind of thing they put out, then that's what people expect from them. And this leads me to my final point I want to make. And I want to put this very delicately. She's not ugly. Look, I'm trying to say this as safely as possible. She's a good-looking woman. All you men, women, something in between, you can probably agree that at least at some level, she's attractive.
Enough, we get it already. You think it doesn't hurt that she looks nice?
Yeah, okay. Look, it's well known that how you appear can influence how people respond to you. The better you look, the better the odds someone's going to be willing to look at you for a longer period of time. You can't tell me that there was never somebody in your life that you paid more attention to, even just a little bit, because they look good. Even if it was a guy. Not that it would be a gay thing, or that it would be a problem if it was gay. Tom? Yeah, I'm stuck again. For me, it was Tony Danza in that football movie. Yeah, the movie was trash. Now, when I look at the situation, I see a combination of trends, her humor, her editing, and her appearance itself. And with those factors combined, I think you do actually get a strong argument for a fairly legitimately successful video. Even if it's a little bit much for this situation in particular, keep in mind that you can also pay to promote your videos through YouTube. You can actually pay to have your video promoted on YouTube as an advertisement. So it's not necessarily just about whether she had help or not. There's also a factor of, did anyone pay for ads? I mean, if you play your cards right and you promote the right video the right way, you can get a significant bump. Besides, I mean, come on. What guy hasn't clicked on a video labeled solo female at least once? Even if just out of curiosity. And it probably wasn't on YouTube. Solo female is a fairly popular search term. Well, anyways, I gotta get back to my house. But first, I want to say thank you to Hobo Viking for being my first Patreon member. That's right, he's the first person to join the Patreon that I hadn't even mentioned I'd opened yet. Now, as of recording this video, there aren't any perks yet. There are going to be perks, I just haven't figured out how to get them implemented yet, or what perks anyone would even want from me. So even if you're not interested in contributing, let me know down below if there's something you'd like to see on there. Think about putting some outtakes on there, some Discord benefits, things like that, maybe like a 5-minute podcast once a month or something. I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. Who knows? There's plenty of options, and it's all kind of down the road from here anyways. Anyway, thanks for coming to check out my crib, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Come here, you little furry bastard.